and welcome to our FitMind training today. And today we are going to be speaking about how to beat yo-yo dieting. And I'm joined by my awesome friend, Stuart Walter. Now, Stuart is a peak performance mindset specialist and is managing director of the Elite Mindset Institute. Stuart is a professionally trained clinical hypnotherapist and NLP practitioner. Hey, it's Monday. And he is regarded as Australia's #1. He's worked with over 32 world champions and his clients know him as the athlete's secret weapon. So welcome, Stuart.
Thank you. I sound pretty good according to that bio, don't I?
Yes, you're awesome. So today we're going to be talking about yo-yo dieting. So yo-yo dieting, what is that all about, Stu?
It's interesting. It seems so easy. Everyone goes, "Oh, I'm always yo-yo dieting," but it's one of those strange things that it all comes down to emotions. I don't work with many weight loss people. It's more the peak performance people I work with, but it's interesting as far as the mindset of how the brain works, the processes it uses, the basic fundamentals of the human mind. And when you apply that into a weight loss situation, it is incredible how you can see people just literally going up and down as far as weight loss. They're increasing weight, they're reducing weight, they're going back up, they're dropping again. And it's one of those crazy things. People just take it for granted and just go, "Oh, it's weight loss and yo-yo dieting," but people just don't understand it. When you understand the human mind and how it processes, and I'll give you a bit of an understanding on that today, you'll realize that yo-yo dieting is purely emotional. It's got nothing to do with eating. It's got nothing to do with anything other than the fact that it's not nutrition, it's not exercise, it's just the brain that is doing exactly what it's designed to do. And I've never met a brain that doesn't work effectively. So therefore, every brain that is working effectively can actually be changed.
That is so true. And it's interesting because when you look at statistics, it says that at least 25% of our population is currently losing weight. So it's not something that they've just gone and done. They are currently in a state of flux. I guess they're always in the process of losing weight. So this is affecting a lot of people. So, yeah. Okay, I was going to say, we've got with losing weight. I mean, it's obviously something that we need to do from a health perspective.
Yeah.
But why is losing weight important from a mindset perspective?
Yeah, it's critical because before anything happens, you've got to make a decision. Now, every decision basically comes down to two options. One is choice, the other is intention, or basically it's need or intention. Okay, if you need to lose weight or you intend to lose weight, you've got to look at it because they're going to trigger two different actions and reactions and processes within the mind. So you've got to look at it and go, right, do I want to do this for me or am I doing it for everyone else? If you're doing it for everyone else, you're never going to lose weight. I can tell you that now. If you're doing it for yourself, you've got a greater chance. Now, what happens as far as, I'll use an example as far as the yo-yo dieting concept, as far as people losing weight. The people who want to lose weight, the first thing you have to do is make a decision to do it. Okay, nothing is going to happen within you without making that decision. Okay, and that decision's got to come from that really deep perspective. It's not I'm just going to lose weight today. There's got to be some basic need, some basic fundamental. That's got to be driven by either need or intention. Now, when you choose to change, this is where everything starts adjusting in your brain, because your unconscious mind cannot do anything without that decision. So your body just doesn't get up and start walking. You've got to make the decision to walk. So there's got to be a need to actually walk, like there's a need to lose weight. But before we start talking about losing weight, you've got to look at the reason why you've got the weight on to start with. And that's critical. Not many people do that. They always seem to be on a diet or wanting to lose weight. But most diets are ineffective because as soon as they come off them, they go back to the regular eating, the regular routine, the regular triggers, and the weight goes up again. So before you start any diet, you've really got to be aware, before you start an eating plan or weight loss plan, you've really got to be aware of the reason why you want to do it, okay? Because the unconscious mind is very, very powerful and very, very stupid. It's got one job to do, and that's to protect you. It's going to be protecting you from potential hurt or potential harm, physically or emotionally. So let's look at life. I would probably think a lot of people, even more so now, if you look at what's happening over in the States with the unwanted attention, sexual abuse, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of females I talk to, and quite a few males as well, that have had a lot of unwanted attention in their past. So what they do is they tend to work towards what we call masking agents: cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, food, and keeping busy. A lot of people turn towards food and they put weight on. Now, the benefit of the weight, you would think it's not good, but for them as a person, they actually feel better because of it, because they've got this external protection that is starting to build. Now, it's very aware in quite thin people, because the nerves are so close to the skin. So the larger we are, it's more we feel protected. So there's a nervous physiology type of thing as well. So you look at nature and it's the same sort of thing. We're always on the lookout. So larger people create barriers. One is they're not as nervous, they're not as open to the surface environment. And the other thing is that the extra weight, all of a sudden it takes a lot of the focus away from them, because as soon as they start losing weight, their appearance changes and they start becoming, well, kind of hidden, average. So by doing that, it's actually keeping them in that protection zone where no person is going to look at them, they're not going to get a relationship, therefore they can't be hurt. And it's very concerning that there's so many people that are out there that live through sexual abuse, unwanted attention, and purely just, that approach. They just put the weight on and they feel better because of it, but then their mindset goes, oh, right, I want to lose weight for me and for the own benefit. But the unconscious part of the mind goes, yeah, as soon as you start losing weight, you start getting noticed, you start getting attention again. The unconscious mind goes, oh, I remember, how did I remove that last time? And up goes the weight again. Okay, so if people are yo-yo dieting, it's because of that need for protection, because of your past experiences, I would think. Because let's face it, if you look at Google, there's every fitness regime, there's every diet that's out there, there's everything you've ever wanted to know that's available for you for free. So we should all be fit, healthy, happy, living, loving, rich, living this incredible life with what we know that's available for free. The difference is some people can apply the information, some don't, because of the survival mechanism that's built within us, which is we don't want to be seen, we don't want to stand out, we don't want to be noticed, we want to be average. Even though we think, yeah, that's who we want to be, we want to be fit, healthy, and happy, the unconscious part of our mind is going, yeah, but if we're that person, it might put us at risk. And that's all it's doing, is just taking control at the unconscious level, and all of a sudden you're self-sabotaging, protecting yourself, and up goes the weight again.
So if you identify that this is you, it makes sense, then what do you do?
Well, you've really got to work at that deeper part of your brain. There's only so much you can do at the conscious level, because if you look at the conscious level, it's only 3 to 5% of how we think, act, and behave. And at that conscious level, that's where all our emotions are stored, generally in that top third of our brain. So the deep unconscious part of our mind is going, yeah, we want to lose weight. It starts coming up towards the surface for action, starts hitting all these negative barriers and these protection filters that we've got wired in that goes, right, oh, that one we've been hurt before, that one we don't want to, that one we bounce back with weight. So our mind goes, yeah, we want to, it comes up and goes, well, hits a filter, no, don't want to, and drops down again. So I want to, but I want to, but I want to, but. So if you hear yourself internally or external communication going, yeah, I want to, but I know I can, but that's really that deep unconscious part of your mind that's really driven to succeed. It's just that surface stuff, and it's the emotions on the surface that are doing it. And what I find is it's hard, because it's like your heart, it beats automatically, like your breathing happens automatically, just like your unconscious mind is going to protect you automatically. And you've got to get down below that conscious blockage. You've got to get down below those negative emotions to be able to make this possible. For many people, it's very hard to be able to do that. Not many people have the ability, because as soon as we start slowing down, our brain goes back to process all those past experiences, brings it back up as a reminder that, hey, look, you shouldn't be losing weight because you might get exposed, you might get attacked again, you might get noticed and feel vulnerable. It's hard for people on the surface to be actually make that change, Murray. It really has to be at that unconscious level, which is really, what's the common wording these days? Mindfulness, meditation. My clients call it self-hypnosis. I call it self-hypnosis because it's all exactly the same thing, which is getting you to that deeper part of your unconscious mind. Now, for women who have been through a lot of traumatic experiences, you can pretty much say if you're overweight now because of past experiences, it's these people that are still got a hold on you. They're still abusing you every day. So it's these ones every day that you've just got to make that choice to go, is it me that needs to change, or do I have to cut myself away from that past experiences? So it can be for what we call kinesthetic people, emotional people. All you need to do is go, it's time I let this go. It's time I let this go. It's a matter of just taking that or making that decision to actually go, this is my life now, I'm in control. And there's not many people who do that because they're in this safety and in this protection zone. As soon as you make that decision to change, you're going to start to change. And as soon as you do make conscious efforts to change, everything around you is going to start changing. People are going to change around you. Okay, not because of you, but you're going to start changing, and people are going to respond to this new version of you. And they go, oh, who is this person? So it's hard to make it. It's very scary. It's a circle of influence. Within Australia, we know it as the tall poppy syndrome, which is we love people being successful. We love successful artists, musicians, actors, actresses, sports people. We love successful people in business, but we don't like people we know being successful. What we want to do is generally go, right, let's bring these people we know back down to our level, therefore making us feel better about ourselves. But it's more about we don't want to be reminded that we haven't achieved something for ourselves.
Well, it's always easier to be able to than it is trying to put yourself up.
Yeah.
What should they do?
Sorry, I missed that. It just went out a bit.
What would be the next step if someone's seeing, is listening to this and it's resonating? They go, that is me. I just want to take. And they're just sick of living in this current fluctuation of going up and down and up and down. Yep. What do they need to do next?
Okay, what they need to do is basically, one, make a decision to go, right, I'm doing this, I'm taking control of me. Okay, as soon as you do that, then you're at the mercy of the way our brains work. It's then a matter of two things. One, you can do this by yourself. Two, I can help you with it. There's certain programs, there's certain products that I've got available that can help people do this. But you've got to make that decision for you. It's got to be at that deeper unconscious level. Okay? The decision to make a change is massive, and then you've just got to do something. Once you make a decision and start changing, you've just got to manage that next step. Then you've got to manage the next step after that. Because who you are as a person, as soon as you start cutting the ties to past experiences, you're going to grow as a person. And it's going to be potentially confronting. It's going to be a little bit scary. But it's also, when you are now in control of yourself, it can be very lonely as well. You've got to be ready to really commit to this. Now, the unconscious mind is going to be there to stop you. Okay, this is potentially 95 to 97% of how we think, act, and behave. The unconscious mind is going back to nature, which is survival, which is I really just need to hold you back. So persistence is what is needed. Now, I've got products like the Dear Diary process, which can basically rewire your brain as you're sleeping. It's about making the intention. Now, one thing I can suggest is if everyone decides they're going to write down a diary entry for where they're going to be in 12 months' time. If you can sit down and go, right, this is me, this is my ultimate life in 12 months. As soon as you can write that down and go, right, this is my happiness, this is my health, this is my love, this is my wealth. If you can write that down in 12 months' time and just go, right, that's who I was in the past, this is who I'm going to be in the future, and just start conforming to that, because that'll rewire your brain into moving forward. You've also got to look at what was the reason why the weight was on to start with. Now, the unconscious mind is very powerful of removing this, so it's actually going to process it without you even knowing. If you don't know why you've got extra weight on, then is it really relevant? Do you need to know that? A lot of people go, yeah, I need to know why I'm overweight. Well, what are you going to do with the knowledge? Oh, then I'll change it. The fact is, if you are overweight, you just got to make that change now. So forget about wanting to know why you're overweight. Just make that decision and go, yeah, let's just do it. Let's look at who you're going to be in the future and start working towards that version of yourself. Because it can be, that decision time can be very much a matter of, okay, so I'm starting my life again with everything I now know from the past. Bang, draw a line, this is where I'm going. See, motivation is only possible when you have direction. So when you get a clear, defined end result, your brain's going to now start working towards it. When it's got an outcome in advance, it's going to start working towards that. As long as you have the ability to disconnect the emotions from past experiences and go, you know, I'm taking control of this for me now, this is where I'm going, then you're going to start becoming successful in that. Now, yo-yo dieting is very interesting because you look at nutrition, you look at exercise, and that's what a lot of people are focused on. Look at the whole health industry. It's focused on nutrition, it's focused on exercise. There's not many people doing anything about the mindset. And you wonder why, because that is critical. You look at the Biggest Loser. Okay, once they go back into the life, the weight goes on because they've got the same triggers that are going to respond. The mind is the critical part of any weight loss program, no matter how good an exercise physiologist, no matter how good a personal trainer is, no matter how good your diet plan is. You're the one that has to eat. You're the one that has to exercise. And if your unconscious mind is holding you back, yeah, there's nothing you can do.
So with that in mind, tell us about FitMind.
FitMind is a program that two amazing people co-created. Yourself. If anyone doesn't know, Murray was 2010 Fitness Professional of the Year. And yeah, back in 2010, we actually co-developed this program because of the boot camps that Murray was running. The results she was getting with her clients, although awesome, they weren't sticking, they were self-sabotaging. So with the combination, I literally picked up my mobile phone and said, let's just develop a program online that people can listen to. Let's develop a CD that these clients can listen to. And that was the creation of the FitMind program. The FitMind program is all about dealing with the emotional aspect of eating. It's about helping you with the tools to move forward in life. The FitMind program is based on a FitMind for Life core program. So it's all about who are you as a person? Where are you going? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? It helps you develop through the diary process, the target process. Every process I use of working with my 32 world champion athletes and elite entrepreneurs. As I'm working with them, they're running through these same programs. So the FitMind program is literally a one-stop program for all the mental support that you need. It's all about protecting yourself emotionally through the bubble process. It's all about writing in your diary what's going to happen tomorrow. It's all about looking long-term for the future. The the FitMind process has always been created about looking after you, the person. See, success, I was questioned the other day, you are successful. I went, no, I'm not successful yet. Well, you've got 32 world champions you work with. Yeah, that's great. But success for me isn't working with 32 world champions. It's not traveling the world and working with some incredible athletes and international speaking events. Success for me is becoming the person that 32 world champions go to. Success is becoming the person that someone in Europe wants to fly me over to Europe for a week to work with them personally, one of the best professional soccer players in the world. So that is success. It's not about anything else. It's just purely who you are as a person. And this FitMind core program, FitMind for Life, with the FitMind for Weight Loss program, it details all those things as far as you as a person. The specific part of the weight loss program is about stopping when you've had enough, because your mind knows when you've had enough food and it'll just simply stop it. So you'll be able to eat just enough. It'll deal with the emotional aspects of eating, and it'll get you focused on exercising, the persistence to be able to do that. Because without your mind, nothing's going to happen. So if your mind's not in the right place, you're going to continue that yo-yo dieting experience. You're going to continue it.
Absolutely. And we actually have a special for FitMind at the moment for anybody who is wanting to take those steps forward and get off that track of yo-yo dieting. For today only, there's a chance to get FitMind for $249, which is normally $365. So for today only, if you click on the link, and I'll put that underneath the video, you can get FitMind for weight loss for $249. And definitely a great investment, isn't it, Stuart? Because it's something that you can use, you basically have access to it forever. It's something you can continually harness.
Yeah, and I would think, look, with the amount of information and content covered in the FitMind program, it's like doing 3 to 4 sessions with me. If you look at the investment of the $249, people would be paying more than that just for a 1 hour consultation. So it's certainly worth it. The same content is in there. If you are open to it, if you're driven towards it, if you're fairly self-motivated, a lot of this will be all you need to create this incredible change and transformation in your life. For some people, you might want a bit more support. You might want a bit more encouragement, of which there's access, there's links through to me, through to other programs, other products to be able to help you. But basically, with 60-something% of Australians overweight, we're doing something wrong. What we're doing wrong, it's not the exercise, it's not the nutrition, it's the mindset part of it. That's where we should focus.
Thank you so much, Stuart, for joining me today, and we'll be putting this video up so people can watch the replay of it. And yeah, looking forward to each week. We're going to have at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning, we're going to chat something to do with the mind and mindsets every Monday at 10 o'clock. And thank you again for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks, everyone. Catch ya.
Bye.
Bye.